Hi there, my name is Michael, and this is the tutorial to use your new espresso maker. Now, you may be asking yourself, how does a girl like me make an espresso like a coffee shop? Well, I'm going to show you. First things first, we're going to walk you through, what's going on here. So, back here, you have the water reservoir. It opens up just like this. You just put water in right there, and you can fill it up till about there. There's a little minimum. You may not be able to see it because of the great lighting, but yeah, minimum water. You definitely want to keep that above that. And it just goes right there and sits just like that. Next, you have the buttons. So this is your on and off button. This is your 1 cup. This is your 2 cup, and this is your steam. Over here, you have your foam and your water pressure. Down here, you have your steam wand and your actual espresso cup. Now, don't forget to turn it on. How to turn it on? Take that and you just plug it in. Once it's plugged in, you hit that on button and you wait for these to stop flashing and they'll turn solid. Now, you have 2 different settings, kind of. You have the 2 cup and the 1 cup. I normally go with the 2 cup just because, I like my coffee a little bit stronger, up to personal preference. So the best way you do it is you take this sucker, you see this little button right there, it also has 2 little grooves. You turn that and face you, and it goes right here. Just drop it in, and then turn it off to the side. Now, you're ready to add your coffee. When you add your coffee, first off, you want to make sure that your coffee is nice and not too finely ground. If it's too finely ground, the puck of the used coffee will come out really wet and kind of gross. What you do is you just, this is what came with it. You just do 1 scoop. Don't mind my little mess. And it goes right on in. If you're doing a 1 cup with this little bowl, you just need 1 scoop. If you're doing 2, I do about 1.5. And I just kind of sprinkle it on and give it a little shake. Once it's shaken down, you take this back part here and we're going to tamp it. So nice and even. I know you can't really see from this angle, but you're going to put nice even pressure on both sides. Then you take it off. You're going to have some here. You can just tap it right back into your little coffee or into the trash. Up to you. Now, it's time to put it on the machine. So you just go right down here. This goes right there. And it locks. Just like that. Now, it's time for you to actually brew it. So you can just take your cup, put it right down there, and you press whatever setting you want. Since I used the 2 cup bin, I'm going to press the 2 cup. And sometimes you got to hold this cup down just in case. So, as you can see, it started. You'll see this little gauge there right about in the middle in that espresso range. And it's starting to brew. Now here's the important part. You can either do cold or hot. If you're doing hot and you want to add milk, use one of these. I love to use oat milk, but it's really hard to froth. So when I use this, I fill it up till about here with milk. I like to use full fat just because it has the best creaminess. So you fill it up. Now, the important part, before you steam it, after you've brewed the coffee, is you come right over here and check this out. So, once you've brewed your coffee, you haven't pressed any buttons here. You have to Put that all the way there, and this will expel some water. You have to go for 8 seconds. 7, 8, and go off. Now, you can press the steam button right here. Pull this out. Be careful because the actual metal here is hot. That's what this is for. This part's going to be pretty loud, just so you know. So you go in about that deep, and you're going to stay in the middle of the milk, and you're going to press this steam button. Press the steam button. Now, this little dial, you're going to go all the way down, just like that. You turn that dial all the way back to off, and pull that off. There's your froth. So you hit it twice, shake it around, and then you take your coffee cup, put your espresso in, and then you take your milk, pour it in. Now, you can add sugar to your liking. It's totally up to you. I normally do the sugar into the coffee before, but I forgot. You know, blame me. So I like to do one good little scoop. Whoop, right in there. Then you mix it up. And there you go. You have a hot latte. Now, you can add a bunch of stuff there. You know, we like to have this vanilla paste. I normally do like 1 teaspoon in the espresso before I add the milk. Also, important part, after you've steamed your milk, get like a little rag or something, get it a little bit wet. Just like that. And you just want to clean the bottom part of that steam wand because you don't want it to get gross. Always clean it. Always clean it. Now, once you're done, you just hit the off button and you're good. Most important part there. That was hot. If you want it cold, I normally use a mason jar. I put the espresso in here with the sugar or whatever you want, any flavorings you want, and then you put ice in there. So you do ice till about halfway up, maybe a little tiny bit more depending on what you want. You pour the espresso in there, close it up, and you just give it a good shake, 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 shake. Then when you're done, you can take this lid off and you can pour it into a glass. Then, once it's in the glass, boom, like it's right there, it's nice and cold. You add your milk, you don't have to steam the milk or anything, and then you're done. The most important part is the cleanup. So when you're done, make sure you clean that because it's always gonna have a little bit of coffee. And you just take this and whoop, and down. It's gonna be a little bit drippy, just like me, but you take it, you flip it upside down, and you just like that. Then, take that, give it a good little rinse out, and you can take this little thing out, clean that, clean the inside, Try not to use soap and water on there. You can throw it in the dishwasher if it gets really gross, but you don't want to, like, you know, get all that crap into your coffee. Just leave it right there and let it dry. Also, once it's cooled down, because it still is a little bit hot, right down there, you just want to wipe that off. And also, you can take this little piece off here, dump it, because it's got that water and that excess espresso, and just wash it off. You can also put that in the dishwasher, but you can just rinse it, dry it off, and then you're done. Make sure when you're done, take that out so it doesn't waste any energy, and you're done. The most important thing, have fun with it. Don't get discouraged on your foam or your froth. Just have fun with it, and don't forget to experiment with your coffees. Try brown sugar, try normal sugar, honey, maple syrup. You can make your own syrups like I did with the blueberry. Totally up to you. Look up as many recipes as you want. You don't have to do hot as many times as you want. You don't have to do cold. Whatever you feel in the day, that's up to you. And just remember, it's how you like your coffee. Delicious. Also, don't make any coffee for Alina because she doesn't like it.